What's going on, everybody? I'm Kevin from Cigar Prop, and it is another Tech Tip Sunday. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about this week, but I was just kind of racking my brain. I'm like, what's been going on the last 2 weeks? I'm working Sundays. That's why these are going to be sporadic. We're slow at the shop, or we're busy at the shop. We're super short-handed. Can't find anybody. Nobody wants to be techs anymore, which I understand. Um, this is a very tough job. I mean, I'm wearing a shoulder sling right now. I mean, this job will break. This isn't the tech tip. This is just my little bit of a rant. This job will break you. When I'm at work, sometimes I wear the compression sleeve on my upper forearm to help with my elbow. I wear a back brace. I get there in the morning, I put my pens in my pocket, put my back brace on, and I don't take my back brace off until I leave. I wear a knee brace because yeah. So if you look at me, I got a knee brace on, back brace on, like a shoulder brace, a forearm strap, and you wonder why these kids don't want to work. I will be 49 this year. I've only got a couple more years left because I'm not going to be one of those broken mechanic. But with that being said, you can make a ton of money doing this, an absolute butt ton. Sometimes I just wonder, I'm like, man, someone's going to catch on about how much money they're paying me. And they're going to be like, hey, we need to rectify this. So yeah, still a good job. I would still, at least for the next few years, I'd recommend people still getting into this. Tech tip: make appointments. Keep your appointments. Don't show up early for your appointments. Make appointments. You don't go to your I mean, everybody knows, like, oh, hey, I'm a little sick, and everybody's like, ah, crap, I'm never going to get into the doctor with that. You just don't show up to your doctor. You can go one of those little doc in the boxes, the little medi places. You can go there and wait. So in the automotive world, the doc in the box is like your quick lube, like your Valvoline, your Pennzoil, your Jiffy Lubes. Now, I started off my career as general manager running those. We had a good crew, a good staff. What I see, not so much anymore, at least the ones locally around me. So yeah, your quick lubes are your dock in the boxes. Are you going to get the service that you went in for? Yeah, most likely. Probably be decent. Are they going to go like above and beyond and maybe look for other things? Probably not. Like I said, I've had to go, like injuries and other stuff to the dock in the box, and they focus on the one thing that you're there for, and that's it. Versus when I go to my family doctor. And like I remember one time just going there. I can't remember if it was strep throat or a little chest thing or whatever. And I was like, hey, notice you're walking a little crooked. Are you okay? You hurting? And it was like, that's very observant. That's why, going to and this isn't even my tech tip either. Why going to a quick lube versus going into a repair facility like mine. A quick lube, you're there for an oil change, maybe a tire rotation. They're going to do an oil change, tire rotation. They're going to look at the big ones. They're going to want to sell you your filters, maybe a belt, maybe some kind of flush. But they're not trained or have the expertise to look at anything else. And when you come into my facility too, if one of the oil change technicians, oil monkeys, get your car, they're gonna do the same thing, but at least we as technicians, we go over there. That car is not allowed to go up or down without us just double checking it, inspecting it. But so when you're there for your oil change, tire rotation, we're gonna notice maybe a bent tie rod or a loose tie rod, a loose suspension component, that little bit of fluid leaking out of your shock that's not supposed to be leaking. Like I said, we're going to notice those things. Those aren't what you came in for, but being professionals, that's the things that we notice, or we will notice. Same thing with a quick lube. Same thing with a dock in the box. So let's come all the way back at the beginning and set that appointment. There are things that you just can't set an appointment for. When you have a flat repair, that's hard to set an appointment for. If you're losing 2 to 3 pounds of air a day or every few days, you can set an appointment for that, and set the appointment when you notice it. It just irritating, people, not irritating, because we understand, hey, just like a dentist, nobody wants to come in and see us. And like, you just don't have time. But what happens is people come in all the time. I gotta head out of town, business trip or funeral or whatever. Tire's been leaking, losing a couple pounds of air a week for the last few weeks. And then like you want to be like, you've been losing air, and now the world is crumbling down and you need to get in right away. And I think that as well. I was gonna say I do that, and it's like, all right, we do try and flat repairs, get them in as quickly as we can. We try and squeeze them in, maybe push some other stuff or jack it up outside. Flat repairs are, nobody wants a flat repair. Plus, our industry, if you have a flat repair and we get you in and out right away, there's a good chance you'll remember that when you need tires. So, but other than that, just make an appointment, stick to your appointment. We've got people that they'll make 2, 3 appointments, 4 appointments, blow off every one, and then we get those people, or we remember those people, and then like, we just ignore their appointment now. Sometimes I'll just go in and delete their appointment and just seem like, oh, this guy's not coming in, and I'm not, as a mechanic, like, I'm not waiting around. I had one appointment 4 Saturdays in a row. She like the Hemi Durango or whatnot needed brakes, and I booked her for like a 2-hour window. Blows me off, and it's just like, I could have got something else in. Luckily, I did a couple little jobs, but nothing to make up for the big job. And then like Tuesday, she'll call, I'll come in. So like the 4th Saturday, I had told the sales, if she didn't come in, we had a special order of these parts. I'm just returning the parts. And then, cause she was almost metal to metal. She is going to be grinding. And then we're just going to say no. We're going to wash our hands of this. I'm tired of scrambling to find other work when this person is scheduled in. Don't show up an hour early for your appointment. We hate that, because now we feel a little bit of pressure, and then it's always, someone will be there like an hour and a half. And then they'll be like, is my car almost done? It's been like 90 minutes. And like, slow your roll. You showed up an hour early. Your job takes an hour and a half. They just started working on it. So that's what ended up happening there. But yeah, don't show up super early. And then just it's, if you have an appointment, we'll go into drop-off appointments too. We're running short on time. If you drop off your car, and you say you have an 8 o'clock appointment, you're going to want to call in about 2-hour time frame. Hey, just call and check in on my car, because what'll happen is, it'll hang up on the hook and it'll go into like a black folder. And it'll say, oh, it's a drop off. So sometimes you'll be there for 3 or 4 hours and you'll be like, hey, that was an appointment drop off. You get that in here. So if you have an appointment and you decide to drop it off, make it a habit of calling in a few hours. Just so, just get like, hey, I'm not pushing, just checking on my car, but appointments are the big one. Just set an appointment when you can. Don't show up super early for your appointment. Don't show up late for your appointment. Try showing up an hour late at your doctor's office and then, and getting right in. Not going to happen. Yeah, don't expect that. Few minutes, not a problem. Call us if you're running late. Just don't show up 45 minutes late for your appointment, 40 minutes late for your appointment, and expect to get it in. But if you call us to let us know, if that next person shows up early for their appointment, we can get them in a little earlier and then save space for you there. So I don't even know what we talked about today, but maybe we'll see you next Sunday.